Being a member of ISC2 professionally is a game changer. It is one of the main reasons why I've been able to get the jobs that I've been able to get, because holding any certification from ISC2 basically puts you at the top of the list of candidates for any job that you apply for. So as long as you're working in cybersecurity, I would highly recommend to get one of the certifications from ISC2. Personally, it has really highlighted for me the importance of privacy and the privacy of my data. So I teach all the people that I know, my family members, about how to keep themselves and their data safe.